All right, guys, let's talk about a place that is absolutely exploding right now. If you've been searching for homes in Columbia, South Carolina for even more than 5 minutes, you already know the city that I'm talking about. It's Lexington, South Carolina. Now, I've done a bunch of videos, three in particular, that I've talked about just Lexington in general, but it was when I first started my channel a bit ago. In today's video, we're going to go through, even though I talk about Lexington all the time, about houses, about different things in Lexington. Today is going to be all about Lexington. Most people just don't realize why Lexington is growing so fast, or that it's one of the most desirable places to live in the state. Why Lexington has become one of the most hottest relocation spots in all of South Carolina. And stick with me to the end, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you one thing about Lexington that actually shocks people the most. And it's something I talk about every single day with all my clients. Now let's get it going. I'm Chad Dorman, your Columbia realtor. I was born here, raised here, and I've been helping people move to the Midlands every single day. If this is your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and stay with me, because I post content about Columbia and all the surrounding suburbs on here every single week. You'll learn about all the incredible suburbs around, especially Lexington like we're talking about today. And listen, if you're thinking about moving here, favorite part of my entire day is talking to people just like you. Go ahead, call me, text me, email me, goodness knows, send me up a smoke signal, whatever's easiest for you. I enjoy more than anything else is get on a Zoom call with me. You can get on my links in the banner, click on that barcode, set up a calendar meeting with me or a Zoom call, and we can talk face to face. I can share my screen, I can actually put you on a search, and we can get you started on your move right here to Columbia, South Carolina. Number one, quick history of Lexington, South Carolina. A lot of people do not realize this history goes way back, all the way to the 1700s. So the town was originally called Saxagatha. I don't think a lot of people realize this because we actually have a Saxagatha church on 378. And I'm guessing that's where this name came from. One of the early German settlements, it later became known as Lexington from the Battle of Lexington in the Revolutionary War. And that's where the name came from. Sherman had his famous March to the Sea in late 1864, all the way from November 11th through I think like December 21st was his big March to the Sea. That did not finish. It was around February 17th, I believe, that he marched through Columbia and burned all of Columbia down too. And, well, not all of Columbia. It left some parts of Columbia, but it devastated Lexington. Lexington was not near as big, but he marched through Lexington and burned the entire thing to the ground, and they had to rebuild all the way from scratch. And that rebuild and rise attitude, it never left Lexington, South Carolina. Lexington didn't boom because of tourism or manufacturing or fancy marketing or any of those things. It grew because of three things. It grew because of location, community, and Lake Murray. Lake Murray was a big part of it. It was three pillars that still drive the area today, which is what we're going to talk about next. Now, why did Lexington grow so fast? Like I was just talking about, here's why it exploded. Literally Lake Murray, all the way back 1927 to 30 when they built the Lake Murray Dam. It was the largest earthen dam in the entire world. And just to give you a couple facts about it, because a lot of it centers, Irmo's on one side of the dam, Lexington's on the other side of the dam. And many times that's the way people refer to it, and that's the way people think about it. So I'll tell you a little bit about the dam. The purpose of this dam is it was built by Lexington Power and Water Company between 1927 and 1930 to generate hydroelectric power for South Carolina. Now it's more of a recreation type thing, and it's 1.5 miles long, 213 feet high, and again, it was the largest one ever. All the land that had to be acquired to do this with Lake Murray, they uprooted 5,000 families. They had to buy land from them. Nearly a dozen communities, 6 schools, 3 churches, and about 193 cemeteries containing over 2,300 graves had to be moved and make way for the lake. And then in 2005, they had to come back for 2 years. I remember this because instead of going out in my boat to Sandy Beach all the time, because the lake was lowered so much while they were working on the dam, Baum Island was the place to be. Not only for the Purple Martins, but everybody played there. My kids remember going out playing all the time. The boats would line all the way around. And it was a backup. It was actually federally mandated that we had to back it up, because if that earthen dam ever gave way, it would flood nearly all of Columbia. That's part of the big reason it instantly became a lake town when this lake was put up. The reason is schools. Lexington 1 schools, top rated schools, the high schools that we go to now. Lexington High, back in my days of high school, was the #1 school out there all the time. Everybody heard about Lexington. Housing in Lexington, it offered more land, larger homes, and even better affordability than Columbia and Northeast Columbia, which is not the case today because of all the growth that has happened in Lexington. Obviously, Northeast is one of the more affordable branches in the Midlands right now, and Columbia, obviously, it's around $280 the median price. But also at Lexington, the commute. You've got I-20, I-26. People started realizing they could live in Lexington, nice small town atmosphere, and they could pretty much work anywhere in the Midlands. And that all led to the town growth. People started to realize just how many people and how fast it was moving and growing. People were going to Lexington, South Carolina. I mean, if you look at the town of Lexington, yeah, it's 25,000 people. But it's comprised pretty much of 2 main zip codes, 29072, which has about 68,000 people in it, and 29073, which is the other side that we'll talk about later also, which has comprised of about 52,000 people. So there's a lot more people than just what the numbers say. And you can imagine, I think it's like 168 people per square mile, something to that effect. It's unreal, the growth that is there, and with that comes other things. But the town saw the opportunity with that huge growth, and they invested in the infrastructure, the parks, the amphitheater, the restaurants, the retail. The quality of life absolutely skyrocketed in Lexington that quick. What does Lexington actually look like today? Number 3. Well, you've got Publix, Target, downtown shops, the amphitheater, family community everywhere. Lexington today feels like the perfect blend of small town charm and modern convenience. You've got the local restaurants, the boutique shops. Downtown is just absolutely beautiful. The Ice House Theater, amphitheater downtown. You've heard me talk about that a number of times. I go to a lot of the concerts and stuff down there. It's a downtown that honestly, it just looks better every single year. They have more and more stuff coming down. It's unreal. And you've got all those big names now in Lexington that you don't have to go 5 minutes from the communities to get to these places, from Target, Starbucks, Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Publix, Chick-fil-A, restaurants, fine dining type restaurants, everything you need within 5 to 10 minutes. And the lifestyle, it's relaxed, family friendly, clean, safe. You'll see people walking their dogs. It's a golf cart community. People, technically, yes, you have to have a license to drive a golf cart, but yeah, many of these people, you see kids driving golf carts all over the neighborhood and kids riding bikes everywhere. Now let's talk about the schools. And of course, this is one of the biggest drivers. It's not only that community, the schools bring people in. Lexington 1 is one of the top districts in the state. I think it's actually 7th or 8th right now, but it still has an A-level rating in most of the schools, Lexington High, River Bluff. And again, we'll talk about those White Knoll schools. White Knoll does have a B- when it comes to niche.com. And so a lot of people are moving to more they like old style area of that 29072. And that's the side on the lake. It's on the other side of I-20 is where Lexington is even expanding more. But you've got other schools too. Some of the most popular, like I said, Lexington High, River Bluff. You've got Meadow Glen, Oak Grove, White Knoll, and all of those, Pleasant Hill, Lexington Elementary. These schools consistently score high across the board. Academics, athletics, arts, everything. Families move here from all over the country because Lexington schools are proven, stable, and they are competitive. You cannot talk about Lexington without talking about the school system. It is a lot of what it is built around. All right, number 5, Lake Murray lifestyle. Again, we talked a little bit about the dam earlier. Boats, docks, homes on the water, families swimming, sunsets that literally seem fake. Let's talk about it. The crown jewel. Lexington is the easiest access to the lake out of any city here. We talk about Chapin is supposedly called the capital of Lake Murray, but it's still, Lexington is the easiest access. Houses on the lake, you can get pretty much, you've got lakefront property without Charleston, Florida, North Carolina at Lake Norman. Prices, it's not as busy on the lake as lakes like Lake Norman. It is 50,000 acres of boating, fishing, paddleboarding, swimming, tubing, whether they're on the dam, whether you're watching fireworks from the dam, whether you're on the lake itself watching it. I used to go to Jake's Landing. We had our boat there all the time. It was just on the Lexington side of the dam. I'd call ahead 30 minutes ahead of time, have the boat in, I'd take off. We are set. I would go out there just to chill on the lake. The beauty of it, I've camped on the lake, I've been skiing, tubing, all of this. So if you want to launch a boat after work, you can do just like that and go get it. I would do it all the time. Come back, put it in. That's how dry storage works. It would make it easy. Neighborhoods where you can literally ride around. You can ride your golf cart to the beach in the neighborhood, and a lot of them have like that. Some of these neighborhoods around here even have boat access. Average price on the lake around here, $850,000, right in that area. But again, which we have shown in previous ones, there's a house that just went for, on Spence Plantation, which is in that old part of Lake Murray on the Lexington side, just went for a little over $9 million. It was 3 acres on the point. You can have that ultra wealthy. You can't have all this huge growth over the last 20-30 years, and even before that, when Lake Murray was put in around 1930. You can't have all this huge growth without increasing traffic as well. Now, if I had to say, besides Harbison Boulevard in Irmo around Christmas time, if I had to say that there was one suburb that probably had the most traffic of any of them, it's probably going to be Lexington. Because you can't do all this growth. You can't bring in all these businesses, the Targets, all these different restaurants and stuff too. You've got to have places to put them. And all of this is lined partially up number 1, all the way down 378. From West Columbia all the way up is a huge retail area, and it can get congested right there around Golden Hills, which I did in my video. That neighborhood, there's luxury homes not on the lake. That one is right in the heart of that traffic on 378. Now, there are ways around it. I have heard horror stories of parents talking about it took them 30 minutes to get their children to school just because of all that traffic. There are ways around it. Talk to me. I'll see if I can help you out in that. I know Lexington pretty well. Traffic in downtown Main Street, traffic on 378. All that is real. Between restaurants, retail, schools, Lake Murray, 378 does get slow during rush hour, especially between Old Cherokee Road and the town center. But Lexington has adjusted. They've made new roads, roundabouts, widening projects, bypass improvements. Believe it or not, in this time, I had a home in Lexington, South Carolina, the old part of Lexington, Old Chapin Road, down Wise Ferry. They just redid the entire road of Wise Ferry. I had a house there that had multiple offers. The house went out of contract after we selected one, had multiple offers again. This does still exist here. We are still in a lighter sellers. The buyer has a little more power, but we are in a lighter sellers market still here in Columbia, and I think we're still gonna be for a while. Compared to Charleston or Greenville, Lexington traffic is nothing. Nothing when you're talking about I-85, 385, And with the whole Crossroads project, which I'll be talking about again a little bit more in my next Columbia video, they are taking care of a lot of those with Malfunction Junction all the way down to from I-26 to 20 to E95 to even 77 with Scout going in over in Blythewood. And again, Blythewood, get in now while it's hot. The prices are great, but Blythewood is going right along that same area as Lexington now, especially with Scout Motors coming in, bringing 4,000 new jobs. The one thing I said about Blythewood is they don't have a lot of sit-down fine dining restaurants. You have to go downtown, Forest Acres, different places like that to get that. You don't have to at Lexington. You can with Lexington. It's 15, 20 minutes downtown. It's not that big a deal. But they just opened this past weekend. They just opened the new Sydney Park. I've got footage of it. I'm going to do my next Columbia video coming from there with downtown skyline, our small little skyline in the background. And I'm going to show you all of where they finally opened it up. But compared to Irmo or Chapin, yes, Lexington can feel busier. But again, there are ways around it. All right, chapter 7. There are two sides of Lexington. There's the old Lexington in 29072 that everybody considers Lexington. Downtown's comprised of it. Lake Murray's comprised of it. And then there's 29073, which is the other side of I-20. And most people, and where the traffic is in 29072. That's where 378 comes around. That's where number 1 comes around. All of that, there's about 68,000 people in that area. Now, the side on the other side of I-20, it's not Lake Murray, it's more Red Bank, Edmonds, and borders up against the backside of West Columbia. That area is growing. There are 52,000 people in that 29073 zip code. And White Knoll, yes, it does have a B- on niche.com, but I know many people that have gone to White Knoll, and it is an incredible high school. People have a great time. Even now, you get a great education. It's what your student puts into it. And check those districts out. Delve down into the schools a little bit higher. Again, call, find out more and further, do a deeper dive into the statistics of White Knoll. It's not a bad high school at all. You've also got going up to one of my favorite places. If you take number 1 all the way out, breaks off to 378 to the right, going more toward the lake areas and stuff, or going straight to Batesburg, Leesville, you got to go check out Sheely's Barbecue. And if you want a great drive-through, you're talking a Minetta drive-through. Many times I've taken my boys, and hope to do it soon again, sometime soon. Go up from Lexington. It's maybe a 20-minute drive. Eat at Sheely's. It's a buffet. That is what the South is all about. All the way from that hash and rice to the barbecue to chicken to fatback to peas, black-eyed peas, just all kinds of great stuff. And then when you're full like that, go to the double matinee Minetta drive-through, which is about another 15-20 minutes past Batesburg, Leesville. They have 3 different movie theaters and do 2 movies each night. So you can have one is R-rated, one is like PG-13, and one is more kids, PG, and even animated ones. That leads me into number 8, the recreation and things to do. So many things. Walking the dam. People are walking the dam all the time. It even has a bike path as well as a walking path. Catch a concert at the Ice House Amphitheater. Awesome. Grab a dinner downtown. They've got all kinds of parks now. Sunday brunches at places like Keg Cowboy, Mama Rabbit's, the Old Mill. There's places everywhere there. And the Brew Pub. Kayak, Saluda River. That's one of my favorites. Again, go back when I talked about Golden Hills, luxury neighborhoods, not on the lake in Lexington, South Carolina. Golden Hills and Saluda River Club. Best places in the world to live if you've got the money to do it. Shop local boutiques. You can hit the local parks, fireworks shows on Lake Murray during holidays, family festivals, community events. They have the market down by the Amphi House Theater on Saturdays for about half the year. Become one of the most active small towns in South Carolina. Number 9, the lifestyle that people stay for. Here's the thing. You move to Lexington for the schools, the homes, the lake, but again, you stay for the lifestyle and the people. I say it about Columbia all the time. You move for the affordability, for the cost of living, but you stay here for the culture, the lifestyle, and the people. It's the exact same way. Lexington is more the epitome of that. I mean, they are absolutely incredible. It's friendly, it's clean, it's safe, it's stable. Every amphitheater in Columbia needs to model it after what they do here, from the police presence, the way they do it. If they can do this in downtown Sydney at Sydney Park, which like I said, I'll show you coming up, they invested a lot of money just in the camera system, everything downtown as well. Can't wait to show you guys that video. But this lifestyle in Lexington gives families a chance to slow down, spread out, and actually enjoy the life once again, instead of coming from a lot of those big cities to where it's just helter-skelter everywhere. The real reason people choose Lexington, South Carolina. As I always say, people come here for the affordability, but they stay because of the lifestyle, just because it feels right. It's the perfect blend of suburban living, lake living, and community. You won't find that anywhere else around Columbia. But you can get that in Irmo and Chapin, and Irmo is probably my favorite. It's the center of that lake life. Then Chapin is the furthest away, but it can be some of the ritziest places out there too, Timberlake and all. But then Lexington really does have that feel around it, and you can't get it everywhere. Everything you need to know about Lexington, South Carolina. If you're thinking about moving here, you want help figuring out what part of Lexington fits your lifestyle, text me, call me, email me, or book that Zoom call and we'll build this thing out together. I love talking to people. I get to meet people just like you guys every single day. Yes, real estate is a lot harder work than a lot of people think, but it's what I enjoy doing more than anything. I'll do the hard work and make sure you get taken care of every single day just to meet more people like you, make this as smooth a process as it is possible. My name is Chad Dorman. I am your Columbia Realtor, and I love to help you make Lexington your home. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, leave me comments, just like Charlie Kirk used to do. He would actually ask people come in, if you disagree. I have been wrong many times before. So if you disagree, leave me a comment. I respond to all my comments that people make all the time, and I would love to hear your version. Let me know what you're concerned about, and I'd love to debate with you. See you guys in the next one. Like I said, I got the one about Columbia coming up, and I can't wait to show that to you.